Alrighty, we're going to do a quick unboxing and setup video of the NateChrony SmartTarget. You're going to have different accessories depending on what you purchased. Inside the box will always be a little screwdriver for the contacts at the top. There's a USB cable. At one end will be the USB-C. At the other end will be a USB-C and a USB-A to C adapter. The USB cable is now 1 meter length, so you can get a really good distance between the target and whatever you're powering it with. You will need a USB power source, 5-volt USB, a single 18650 battery will last about 8 hours. Recommend something like a small power pack with a solar panel. If you're at a range, it's going to last a heck of a long time. Now, if you ordered some lights, the light kit, if you ordered a 4+2, you'll get a little bag of the lights, 4+2, 6 lights with the cables. If you ordered a 4+2, you'll also have the 4x connector board stuck to the unit and already wired up, good to go. If you ordered the 10+2, you will get a separate 10 connector board with a very long 1 meter cable. So you've got the SmartTarget unit, a 1 meter cable to the connector board, and then the cables going from the lights back to the connector board, so you can get all your lights very far away from the actual movement from the unit itself. If you've got this, these are the internal antenna versions. If you ordered an external antenna, you'll also get the external antenna there. And if you ordered the cross lighting setup, you will get a cross LED with the mounting bracket as well, all inside the kit. So let's go ahead and look at the actual setup of the unit and mounting of the accessories. Alrighty, so mounting the SmartTarget unit itself. On the top, you can see there is a cross mark on the top. That is the center of rotation. That cross needs to be in the middle of the target so that you know if you're getting 10s or 7s. If you're just worried about movement, relax, you can ignore it. On the back, there will also be a small little hole. That's the same, that indicates the center of the target. So it'll come with some double-sided tape. Easiest and best ways to get a small blade underneath, lift up that tape. You then need to align the green terminals, go to the top of the target module, and you basically want to line up the top of that, and you can see that the cross aligns with the middle of the cover and just at the edge of the USB. You don't have to get it absolutely perfect. The accuracy isn't going to be that different. You mount it, you stick it there. There's also 2 screws. Make sure that you've got a target surface. Don't use cardboard. That's not going to allow the unit to be shot. If you've also got something like timber that you can screw to, there's 2 screw holes on the back. That's mounted on the target surface. That is good to go. You'll then want to power the unit up. So we can connect USB power, and we'll start to see the flashing light sequence as it goes ahead and boots up. One important thing to note is don't boot it up while it's lying on its face like that. You'll start to get the blue fast flashing. That means that it's going to reset mode. So that target is now up and running, and we can go through and start to install the LEDs. Okay, so we're going to go through how to mount the LEDs. If you've purchased the 4+2 or the 10+2, the LEDs will come on a strip and they're all going to be taped together. You need to bend them forward, then with a pair of scissors, cut them off. Each of the LEDs will come off like that. What you're then doing is to, again, remove the double-sided tape. You then stick the LEDs on the rear of the target surface, so that when it's struck on the front, all that spalling will not hit the actual LED. That's going to be protected. That's going to be behind the actual target surface at the front. Go ahead and put one top, bottom in the correct order as per the setup screen. So you've got all the 4 LEDs set up there like that. Once the LEDs are all secured, you can then start to wire them up. Again, make sure you've got the order correct. The LEDs can be ordered in one of 2 ways. If you're doing it on a standard gong type of surface, top, bottom, left, right, make sure you've got the order. You just need to put the cable into the in at the top. So we go through, plug that in, and again, you've got a 30 centimeter cable. So you've got a good distance between the module and a target. So you can have a 60 centimeter wide target, quite a large target surface there. Once those are all wired up, you should be good to go, and you'll start to be able to do the virtual configuration. If you've purchased one of the crosses, you'll get a cross which has a cable already set up onto it and a small little mounting bracket. The cross sits in the bracket like that. Clip in the base of it, and then you want to clip in the top of it. And there we are. If you want to mount it to the face of a surface, you can break off those little tabs. Just simply squeeze and press and break them off. Use a pair of pliers as well. So that would be mounting to the surface. Or if you want to mount it to the top of something, you can use those two holes and screw it directly to the top. So you can mount it to the top of a surface or to the face of a surface. If you have an external antenna version, then you'll get the antenna already mounted to the bracket. The bracket again can be mounted on the top of a surface or mounted on the face of the surface. You have a 50 centimeter long cable down to the unit, again nice and long, so that you're not going to be shooting the lights, you're not going to be shooting the antennas. They're going to be well away from where you should be striking. If you do manage to strike them, you should have practiced some more shooting beforehand. The configuration for the NateChrony SmartTarget is very similar to the existing NateChrony products. In your box will be the instructions and some QR codes. We've powered up the NateChrony unit. We've got some lights on there. If we go into settings, Wi-Fi, you'll see a SmartTarget network with a number. This one is SmartTarget 1062. We click on that. We've connected to the unit. You then open up a browser, again, preferably Chrome. We can then go to the address 192.168.4.1 or simply scan the left QR code, which will take you to that. You can type in HTTP SmartTarget or smarttarget.local. Again, 3 little dots here, add to home screen. That'll get you a NateChrony shortcut on the desktop. And we've got the screen. If you give it a little tap, you can start to see some results here. First thing to do is to go into setup, configure the lights you have. We've got the cross set up, so we're going to go 5 lights, which is top, bottom, left, right, and center. We're going to go to the dazzle. So if we get a hit, we'll see a dazzle, and then we get the result there. If you do a flash, if you get a hit, it'll flash on and off to indicate a strike and then give you the result. So that's the basic setup, getting everything mounted, getting it up and running for the NateChrony SmartTarget. After this, you'll go through and do the calibration process. Everything's available in the help screen, show you how to do that, and watch the YouTube videos as well. So that's it. Enjoy your training.